Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday to Bella here.
I'm sharing my chair with Bella the cat. Hello, Bella.
She's been
Bella.
starved for attention today. Everybody's ignoring the cat.
I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay, that's better. There we go. So it's Veterans Day.
It is.
Happy Veterans Day, and thank you to everyone who has served in the U.S. Armed Forces currently and in the past.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Of course.
And today we don't have anything in our glasses yet because we're going to be trying this Cask Coast California blended bourbon whiskey.
This is a brand new product. And
comes out of San Diego.
Yeah, out of San Diego. Former city council person Mark Kersey has been working on this. I've been following this effort on social media for some time.
We know Mark because you're the community council chairman, and Mark helped us through the whole golf course development.
Yes,
lasted, well, it's still going on, but it's been going on for many years. And
he was the first. Yes, he was the first city council person to help us out, primarily in the beginning with getting our community planning group reformulated. Very, very instrumental in that. So. And
now he's serving the people of San Diego by creating bourbon.
Yes.
So let's give it a try.
Far better than politics, in my opinion. Good job, Mark. I've been cheering this effort ever since I heard it was started. Yes, and this is going to be the first taste. I think this has been a couple of years in the making here. I mean, it takes a while to make bourbon. Take that.
I want to read the back too before I drink it. I want to know what to expect.
Exactly. Here, I'll help you.
I didn't bring my reading glasses, so you read the back.
Right.
I can't see that.
So it's a proprietary. It's a small batch bourbon, proprietary 4-grain blend of Midwestern bourbons, handcrafted by a sommelier and finished in California, Cabernet wine casks. Ooh. So it gives it a West Coast vibe.
Cask Coast.
Right. It's equally enjoyable neat on the rocks in a Manhattan bourbon highball or Boulevardier.
Okay.
I'm not sure what drink.
I know what all of those things are except for the last one.
Yeah,
I
need to look into that and make one of those. So it's distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and bottled in San Diego.
Finished in San Diego.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's give it a try.
Yes, indeed.
I really enjoy bourbon. Most of my favorite bourbons come from Kentucky, and I'm excited and curious to see what this California blended bourbon whiskey tastes like.
And this is bottle number 410 out of 750.
Wow.
So, yes. So it's also rare. All right.
Oh, Don. Hey, Don.
Don.
Happy Veterans Day. Hope you're enjoying your evening. I'm sure you are. We're trying this new Cask Coast bourbon.
Cask Coast. Cask Coast.
Don says, okay, how's it taste? He wants us to stop talking and just taste the bourbon.
Yes, we've talked enough. Let's taste.
Wow. That's really good.
It is. I can honestly say that's good. At least the first flavor you get is sort of a sweetness.
Yeah, I like that. Some bourbons, I like a sweeter bourbon, and to me, this is perfect.
This really does, you can really tell it was finished in those Cabernet barrels.
Yeah, it's not too sweet, but there's a hint of sweetness.
Yes.
It's got a very rich and mellow flavor.
You got a winner here, Mr. Kersey.
Yeah, good job.
Got a winner.
All right, are we ready to move on?
And unlike elections, I'm not making any.
Let's not get into the election.
Well, no, unlike elections, you can always win with bourbon.
Yes, this is a winner.
This is a winner. There's no votes on this one. And
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for sure. I vote yes.
Yes. So I feel like it's been a pretty good week. We went to the Elton John show, and I know a lot of other people did too. We ran into some folks we knew at the Elton John show.
Yeah, that's always cool. Yes, we ran into some folks we knew.
Your friend Brian came down from Long Beach, and we went to the show together.
It was a real, it's just a testament to the greatness of San Diego when you can go park downtown there. As expensive and irritating as it's become, you can still do it, and then walk a few blocks to the ballpark there and they've converted it into a great concert venue. And the sound was perfect. It was just
that was the first show I'd ever seen at Petco Park, and I really enjoyed it. He played all the songs I wanted to hear, except we realized today he didn't play a Daniel.
Daniel and Madman Across the Water was the other one he did not play that I would have. There's a couple he played I would have substituted, but Elton isn't.
He didn't ask us.
He didn't, but he did 2 hours and 20 minutes of pure music, no intermission. He left the stage one time for maybe, 5 minutes or so, and that was it. He played his heart out, and he seemed very appreciative of the reception that he got from San Diego.
Yes. Don says it's not a Frontier whiskey like the Bullet I got you.
No, it's not a Frontier whiskey.
That bottle is down here on our cart, Don, and we definitely pulled out and enjoyed it from time to time. That was the big bottle, so it's taken us a while to work through.
It's right here.
That's good stuff.
Yes.
Classic Frontier whiskey.
Yes, indeed. Bullet is good, real good for making Manhattans and any other mixed whiskey drink, or just drinking it neat.
Pouring it in a glass.
But this, I've been looking forward to trying this one ever since I first heard about it. So it's definitely good.
So back to this week, my personal hope for the future index has ticked up a little bit this week.
Yes.
We had some good stuff happening. The Consumer Price Index report came out this week, and it was better than expected. So that was good, and that gives us hope that the Fed might be a bit more dovish in future rate hikes. So
and mortgage rates actually relaxed a tiny bit this week, which was good. It just a lot of signs tending toward the positive this week in terms of...
Don is calling us lightweights.
What are you talking about?
Did you see all these different bottles we have down here? Sometimes we drink Bullet, sometimes we have Wild Turkey. We've got vodka in the freezer.
Don, we save the Bullet for like really special occasions. And over the years, I think we've amassed a few more special occasion bourbons than we're going to be able to drink in a lifetime.
We're sorry, Don. We're sorry we haven't finished it yet, but we do enjoy it, and we'll keep working on it.
Mostly, we've been burning through the turkey.
Yeah.
I don't like to waste the Bullet on just an ordinary Friday night, but if you want us to, we'll start drinking it. Well, you know what? Let's have a look at this here, Don, just because you're watching. There's this much left in it, and I bet you we haven't gotten into this since you were here with us that one Monday night when you brought it. But by the new year, Don, we're going to have drunken this down to at least this label down here. How about that?
That's your pre-New Year's resolution?
That's my pre-New Year's resolution is to get that bottle of Bullet bourbon drunk down.
Well, I think we could probably finish the whole thing. Why do we have to drunk?
All right, fine.
We're going to do the whole thing. I don't want to be a lightweight. So,
absolutely not.
Finish the whole thing.
Don, I'm not a lightweight, so I crawled around in your attic and ate a bunch of asbestos to help with your wiring there. So yes, we can certainly, and it doesn't just have to be you and me, we can serve it to guests as well.
Yes.
We're going to get that Bullet bourbon drunk.
That's right. Okay, so let's go back to good news this week. So yeah, we had the good CPI report, and then the market had a great day yesterday. I think it was one of the best days since 2020. The Dow was up over 4%, the NASDAQ over 7%. Today was kind of flat, but we had a big bump yesterday, so that was good.
Yes, positive news is positive.
My Party City stock is still doing poorly, but that's my own fault for buying Party City stock on a whim. So
well, I'm sure it'll come around.
And I was at Party City today, and as a shareholder, I was disappointed in what I saw. I was shopping for birthday candles, and they didn't have any number 1 birthday candles. I needed a 1 and a 3. And they had several different kinds of birthday candles. None of them had a 1, which would seem to be the most important one that you would want to keep in stock. Yeah, so Party City, I'm going to unload this stock as soon as I can, and I'm not buying any more. Because
what is that Three Dog Night song? 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, hopefully, inflation has peaked, and we'll start to see interest rates come down, because, whether you want prices to go up because you own a home, or whether you want them to come down so you can buy one, high interest rates are not good for anybody. We don't need that.
We do not.
I think we can all agree.
We need them to relax. Relax. Relax.
Well, as long as we're talking about the market, is there anything else you want to talk about real estate related? I know we put a home into escrow. That's good news.
We put one of our listings into escrow this week after a deep discount price reduction, which is common these days.
Well, if you always say if you price it well, it will sell, and it's all a matter of finding the right price in this market.
The right price will sell any home, and I had a commenter on YouTube who came in pretty hot today, talking about how first-time buyers, need a 50% price reduction right off the bat, and I'm like, that doesn't really pan out.
Well, maybe some first-time buyers would need that if they were going to buy, and I hope those folks are willing to.
I tried answering that with a sharing of a little personal experience, and that is, when we were first-time home buyers, we just had to buy whatever we could to get our foot in the door, and it wasn't necessarily pretty.
It was a condo on El Cajon Boulevard in North Park, and not a very good part of North Park either.
And not a very good condo.
No, it was a dilapidated condo that was behind the, the Palomar Club card room, and there was a check cashing store and a taco place nearby, and there was all kinds of stuff going on at the taco shop after hours.
And we had noisy. We had no garage, so our cars were just basically parked on the alley and off El Cajon Boulevard, and all kinds of weird stuff happened in those 2 years.
We have a long story about getting caught up in a SWAT sting that was happening across the street while we were trying to move a television, but that's probably too long of a story to tell here.
That's a story that we'll bring out. The point is, we struggled a bit in order, we sacrificed some personal comfort in order to get our foot in the door. And, in Southern California, that's what people do, whether it was 50 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. If you really want to get into the Southern California property ladder, I call it, you want to start climbing that property ladder, you got to start wherever you can start.
And we do help first-time buyers buy homes all the time. So, we see people who are buying homes, for the first time.
We helped Art's daughter, Sam, earlier this year buy a home. It was around the low 300,000s. And, it's just, you get in where you fit in. And you can't necessarily expect the owner of a $1 million home to cut the price to $500,000 just so you can get in. You just have to get in where you can and work your way up. And, everybody thinks that they've got it tougher than those that came before, and everybody that came before thinks things are crap. Things were better in their day. I mean, every time is its own unique time, and you just gotta do what you can do.
Yes. Is that your timer?
That's just the rice finishing.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, it'll just annoyingly beep for a while until...
It beeps for... Let's wait for it to stop.
I'm trying to turn it off.
It's okay.
It's okay.
There it is. It's done. Okay.
So we've got a new listing coming up next week. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow to have it photographed. It's in El Cajon. And it's a lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot place. And it's going to be on the market in the low to mid 600s.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing how that goes.
Yes. I feel like I should be saying more, somebody's giving us the yes. And I don't mean to besmirch this YouTube commenter. I'm just sort of waxing on the theme that they presented, and you can't, because I think they were commenting on the fact that we were saying that buyers were writing super low offers right now, and they are.
Well, our point was buyers are writing super low offers, sellers are holding out for more and not accepting the offers, and there's got to be a shakeout one way or another, or somewhere in the middle. We weren't saying that people shouldn't write offers.
But it ain't 50%.
Yeah, it's not 50%.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Move on. Okay. Yes. So let's talk about more homeowner stuff. This is a thing that happened this week that wasn't great.
Oh, yes, yeah. It's always a rich tapestry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went to the Elton John Elton John concert on Wednesday.
Yes, and it rained all day Tuesday.
Yes. Oh, that's true. We need a little bit of backstory.
Yeah.
So we came home from the concert. It was what, I don't know, 11:30 or something. And our friend Brian stayed for a while and hung out. And when he left, I think it was, I didn't look at my clock on purpose because I didn't want to know how little sleep I was getting since we had to get up early and take people to school.
It was about midnight. It was about 12:15 when he left.
So I walked to the kitchen and I looked at the floor and I was like, why is the floor warped? And, you know, the boards are, the edges, the boards were buckling. The laminate flooring in the dining room. And so we were conjecturing that, you know, maybe someone had just spilled some water on the floor and it was a one-time thing and, you know, there was no ongoing problem. But that's what you always hope when you see something like that. Oh, it's just a one-time thing.
Yes.
It's not happening anymore. But it's never just a one-time thing.
Well, I was hoping it was just a one-time thing that was happening in the exact same spot that we had a roof leak several years ago.
You know when you see something like that, oh boy, we're going to be calling a plumber, calling a roofer, opening up some walls, some combination of those things.
Yeah.
So you tore up the floor.
Yeah, I did. I had to pull up about 12 of the floorboards and the baseboard. And as soon as the roof is fixed, I'm going to decide whether or not to open up the drywall or not. And that is, if you do have wet drywall, you should always cut the wet stuff out and let it dry inside. Although
you really don't want to.
I really don't want to. And in this case, the drywall, there's only a couple of spots, and I think it'll dry out on its own. But I may still have to cut it open and replace some drywall. We'll see.
So yeah, that's always a fun surprise.
The roof leaked. Our house is 32 years old, and the roof is 32 years old, and we've maintained it over the years, but sometimes these little problems just pop up.
Well, every house we've ever owned, I'm pretty sure we've had at least one major water leak.
Yes.
I think the worst one was at our house on Carmel Ridge Road in Carmel Mountain, where I came home one day and I tried to open the door in our downstairs bathroom and I couldn't open the door, and what was blocking it was the whole ceiling had caved in.
Yeah.
Because we had polybutylene pipes, which we didn't know at the time. This was many years ago.
Yes.
And the second story, the floor in between the first and the second story, there had been a leak going on for some time, and eventually the drywall just got soaked and caved in on the bathroom. So that was not fun.
Even like a half gallon of water coming in your house is going to cause some major issues. I mean, it's not a big roof leak, but it's enough to have destroyed a dozen floorboards and caused a big headache. So water is not the biggest enemy of a homeowner, but it's up in the top 5 for
Fire
sure.
might be
Fire's number 1.
Yeah, fire's number 1.
Fire's number 1, because you really can't if you got a fire, that's not really fixable per se.
And of course, it always happens. We're getting ready we're going to go on a cruise, so we're not going to be here, but we're going to have, house.
Are we going to go live from the cruise ship next week?
I guess we should if we can.
Yeah.
So we've got that happening, and then we've got people coming into town for Thanksgiving, and of course, we've got this roof thing with the floor torn up. So
I want more of this Cask Coast, but I'm worried that Don's going to be upset that I'm not drinking the bullet. We're going to drink that bullet, Don. We're going to do it, man.
I've never made a resolution before New Year's.
I would never lie to a Marine.
No. Okay, so yes, the cruise next week. So that's your 50th birthday cruise.
If you're not a Marine, I might lie to you. Sorry.
You could be lying right now. Here, give me some more of that too. I didn't finish the first stuff. So we've been trying to go on this cruise since 2020, which is when you actually turn 50. And it seems like it's finally happening. It's, a week away and we're all checked in. They haven't sent us any message that the cruise is canceled. It seems like, although the cruise is the ship is in dry dock right now. So hopefully everything goes well with that. I haven't heard any problems.
Last I heard, it was on schedule.
Okay, well that's good news. So that'll be fun. And then as soon as we get back, we're going to have to go get a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. So we used to wait until after Thanksgiving to get a Christmas tree, and now we're just like, it's so much effort to get the tree and put it up that we're just we get it early. Some people say, oh, you should wait until, bless you, after Christmas. But I feel like it's okay to have Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, not after Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think anybody gets their Christmas tree after Christmas. Sorry. Anyway, you know what I meant.
I know. I didn't know what you said, but I knew what you meant.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think it's okay to have Thanksgiving around the Christmas tree.
Say again?
Have Thanksgiving around the Christmas tree.
Okay, yes.
It's Thanksgiving and your Christmas tree is up, but you can enjoy, both holidays at once.
Well, we're getting back on the 22nd, and hopefully we'll have time to get the tree that day, but if not, we'll get it on the 23rd.
Yes. So speaking of Christmas trees, Yelp just put out a list of top holiday tree farm spots in the United States.
Okay.
And there was a place in San Diego that was number 4.
Which one?
So it's in El Cajon, and it's called Family Christmas Tree Farm.
Oh, I've heard of this place.
It's a 10-acre farm, and it's been providing Christmas trees since 1972. So I wanted to go there last year, and I had actually, done a bunch of research about the place and stuff. And then we kind of, on a whim, went to Armstrong Nursery, and we found a tree, and we got it. And that was a great tree, and it lasted a long time. So I'm not sorry that we went to Armstrong instead, but maybe this year we could try the Family Christmas Tree Farm in El Cajon.
Perhaps this is after all their 50th anniversary, apparently. If they've been providing trees since 1972, that'd make this year 50.
Maybe they have some sort of a 50th anniversary special or something.
Boy, Armstrong makes it so easy, though.
Yeah, they've got them on the stand already and everything. That tree we got last year, we paid a little bit more. We used to go to Evergreen Nursery, and they're not there anymore. It's Moon Valley, which we're not going to shop there for a variety of reasons. But we paid a little bit more than we usually pay for a Christmas tree, but that tree lasted, it was still going through New Year's.
It would have been fine into March.
Yeah, that was a good tree.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So let's take it a little farther out of San Diego.
Okay.
2 workers at the Mars Candy Factory in Pennsylvania were recently saved after falling into a vat of chocolate.
That's like right out of Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So the chocolate was waist high, and the people were unhurt but unable to get out. Now, I looked into this story from multiple news sources, and I was very dissatisfied that nobody would tell me more. Officials did not say how the people became trapped in the chocolate vat or how they got out. And that's really what I want to know. How do you get trapped, 2 people in a waist-high vat of chocolate? It's
incredible to me how little actual information shows up in these news stories. They think that all people want to know is that it happened. There are those of us who would like to know how it happened and why it happened and how they got out. And if there was any kind of law enforcement report, you'd be able to obtain that and read in great detail what happened, because those are generally matters public record. So I guess if we really want to know what happened, where did this happen? In
Pennsylvania at the Mars Candy Factory.
Well, I'm going to have to figure out who the county sheriff is and see if there's a written report that we can obtain.
Let's call them right now.
It's 3 hours later there.
Okay.
And it's Friday, Veterans Day. They're not there.
That's true. Well, I was the editor of my high school newspaper, and back then we would hit the phones, hit the street. We would get to the bottom of the story. But I guess these days, not so much.
It's all about headlines these days. It's all about making a meme that people will click on.
I think it's pronounced meme.
Meme.
And the only reason I know this is because John corrected me before.
Yeah, but he says Tesla.
That's true. Well, he's also 16 years old, so he should know how to pronounce it. But
meme.
I think that's right.
Meme.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about today?
No. I think we've exhausted the topics that we had. I can't even read what you got on that little sheet there.
I can read that, but I couldn't read that bottle when you had it right here. I can see well far away, but close up, not.
That's why we have to work together.
That's right.
No, I don't have anything else. I think it's probably good to let the people get back to their evening.
Okay, yes. Well, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your Veterans Day. Thank you to veterans. Did I mention Grandpa Ace? I wanted to toast Grandpa Ace.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. That's for sure. We're going to have a toast.
Yes, my grandpa, Ace Pruitt, was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. He told us lots of stories that were,
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
He was in the South Pacific in World War II, and there really aren't any happy stories.
Took a bullet.
Yes. Not very many happy stories coming out of that era. And yes.
The last time we saw Grandpa Ace was,
yes.
I don't know, 20 years ago or so.
It was, I don't remember exactly what year it was. It was before before we had children.
Yeah, so we went to visit Grandma and Grandpa at the trailer park in Yuma where they were living at the time. And Grandpa Ace had a couple drinks and he told us the story of landing and basically getting...
landing on the beach at Tarawa, which was one of the major battles in the in the South Pacific. And as long as I had known him...
He didn't like to talk about it, but that
didn't.
night he did.
Well, and he always went to bed early. But that night he stayed up until 11, 12 o'clock, and I think he had not been well, of course, so he probably...
I feel like maybe he knew that he might not see us again, so he wanted to tell us the story.
Yes.
He drew us a diagram on a napkin of, where they had landed and what happened, and I wish I still had that napkin. I don't know what happened to it. But.
Well, I think the napkin made sense as he was narrating it, but I don't know we'd be able to make much sense out of the napkin now. But
anyway.
Yes, it was his generation, definitely a testament to the intestinal fortitude of the World War II generation. And, a lot of people say that today's generation is soft, yada, yada, yada. And, every generation has said that about the one that's coming up after them. And I don't necessarily believe that it's 100% true because, everybody goes through stuff. And today's generation, we don't know what they're going to go through, but we do know what the World War II folks went through, and partially because Ace explained it to us in great detail. So yes, this country is definitely founded on or has prospered on the backs of men and women just like him. So
cheers to Grandpa Ace.
Yes, and of course, my grandfather Vince Ritchie was on a ship, a radio guy in World War II, and my other grandfather was I believe a prison guard here stateside during World War II. So everybody does their part.
Well, thanks
and
again.
I will drink to that on this Veterans Day. And then as the camera goes off and after dinner, I may drink again to it.
We may have another drink, we may not. We haven't decided yet.
That's right. I may or may not. But yes, thanks for hanging with us. Don, always great to see you, man. And I promise we're going to drink this bourbon that you brought us.
That's right. It's going to happen.
And it's just a matter of... When you're a bottle of bourbon in our house, it's only a matter of time. Your days are numbered. So, yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay, everybody. Happy weekend. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, you know what?
No.
We also forgot to do is just to mention that Sunday is our daughter Alexandra's 13th birthday.
Happy 13th birthday, Alexandra.
Yes.
So everybody in the house is going to be a teenager or older.
Yes, teenager or better.
And congratulations to us for,
getting to this point.
Yeah, for surviving this long.
Say no more.
All right. Happy weekend, everyone.